Got a good collection of folks here. Obviously not everybody is present, but I've been at this in Bryan since 2020, so we're coming up on 6 years, and a lot of highs, a lot of lows, lots of ups and downs. And I told Mike earlier, I used to get really anxious and really upset if it's time to train and people weren't here or whatever. But it's like, we got to remember, we don't have any professional fighters here, right? A lot of shit talk coming out of some of the other academies around about there's levels to the game, right? So we don't have any professional fighters here, so this pussy little gym isn't on that level, right? It's like, well, there's something to be said for different goals and different objectives when it comes to academy by academy. I never really gave a shit about MMA. When I started in 2007, I thought my first day in the gym, like, oh, I'm going to be a cage fighter. I'm going to be a cage fighter. Then I got introduced to the gi and all this stuff, and I realized really quick, like, stripping down to your undies and fighting in a cage isn't actual fighting, right? So it was just, I still like to watch the fights and things, but it was never an objective of mine. Should I have chose to pursue it, I probably would have done just fine. But different gyms have different settings, different goals. Certainly 90% of what we do is in the gi, okay? But there's something to be said for working class, everyday people that have families and jobs and responsibilities and things to take care of, and they still come and find a way to train, and the training is going to be whatever it's going to be for you, right? If you want to compete, there's certainly tournaments available, but we all have our own benchmarks of success, right? It doesn't really matter how others define success for you, right? So that's one thing that I've learned as I've gotten older. I really care a lot less about what anybody else has to say. But we're going to reward some time and some progress here. And I'm going against what I said I was going to do as far as awarding individual stripes, like just one stripe on the belt. And I still may take that approach for the colored belts. But at white belt, especially in the beginning, I think it's important to recognize the time and the progress. Okay, so first, retroactive to January 31st of this year. So this person's come in right away, like, prove that they're very capable, right? Fairly athletic, even if maybe, I'm not sure if this person had an athletic base in school or whatever, but still at an age where we can develop these skills and do things correctly, and has proved to be quite ferocious in their own right, and has competed a few times. So first degree today is for Kayla.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I'm going against what I said I was going to do by awarding individual stripes, but I think it's important to award progress at white belt. I was going to keep this one on the shelf for a whole year, but here we are. So keep it up. All right. Very good. All right. Secondarily, new to the group, but I've enjoyed getting to know this person. It's kind of their second go around, took a little bit of time off for life and made some adjustments, but found their way to come back, and we are certainly here to have him here today. Edgar. Also quite ferocious, okay? I told Mike the other day, like, this dude's game. He'll fight with anybody. And did pretty well at Stone Tiger, had a first place trophy, I believe. And despite the language barrier, is still kicking ass and doing well. So we appreciate it. Okay, all right. Where are we at here? Okay, retroactive to March 21st of this year. So while still relatively new to this group. He's been training his whole goddamn life and spent some time at other academies and made a nice display of loyalty earlier this week. So we appreciate the transition. We appreciate how respectful this dude is. And he's on his way. Okay, Troy? Don't sleep on this dude. He's tougher than he looks, and he likes to train. I'm looking forward to seeing what he looks like when we start integrating more kickboxing. So excited for what's coming here. All right. Okay, one more. Retroactive to March 21st. This dude came in the same day as Troy, if you remember. I say it all the time, tougher than the average. He's game, and while still new to jiu-jitsu, I think he's been fighting his whole goddamn life. Maybe just in different ways, right? That's why I say stripping down to your undies and fighting in a cage isn't actually fighting. But this dude's been through it. Super useful to the group, and we're glad he's here. Michael. Put a stripe on the straight, what do they call it, the snapback. I'm not putting a stripe on your hat. All right, so working through an injury, still willing to participate and really keeping the ship afloat as far as opening in the evenings and everything. So certainly appreciate it. All right, good deal. All right, let's switch to